Hello friends, and welcome you all in our channel Missions. Friends, in our last video we had already covered the wireframing of crosswalk platform, and today we are going to create the connection. For the connection, first of all we will create the connection for the horizontal bracing. For this we will select the 11 number connection. Once the connection has been created, double click on the component and change the value of bolt gusset thickness and bolt standard tolerance, all the information we need to put here. And the margin of this bolt we will take here 40 in top and bottom, and we will use here two bolts at the pitch of 60 millimeter. And as we know, the angle we are using here is a 60 equal angle. Then the gauge of this angle we will use 35 millimeter. We can also add the gusset angle for this plate. You can also change it to 20 degree. Now it's a look better. So this one is our final connection, and we will use this connection for single member. Once it's done, you need to just click on the apply OK. Then it will be carry forward for all the member. Now go to the component and create connection. Select beam first, then select the member. Again here and here also. We will use the same connection for connecting this three member along with the beam. Once it's created, double click on the gusset or bolt, then change the value from steel to steel distance. We are taking 10 millimeter. We can also remove the angle of the gusset, then it will be perpendicular with the beam. You can also change the gusset connection. And if we talk about the bolting, for the first member it will be same, and we need to change it for the second and third member. We are using here the bolt size 16 millimeter, bolt standard 4.6 grade, and gauge will be same for all this horizontal member. Two bolt at the red 60 millimeter pitch, and from the top it will be 35 millimeter offset. Now again use this connection for all the member. First we need to select the middle angle, then left and right member. Okay. Click on the redraw. Suppose I wanted to see only the part, bolt and grid line. Then go to the display and change this setting. For beam to beam connection, we can use here the shear plate connection. We have a number of choice. You can use any one according to your requirement. Suppose we are putting here the full depth 185 connection. on its created, then simply double click on the component and you can define the gusset thickness or plate thickness and number of bolt and bolt size. Here we are also taking the margin as a 40 mm and pitch 60 mm. Here we are using a 2 row that will be 80 mm apart. Okay. We can shift this far side to near side plate by shifting this menu. Rest of the value of parameter will be same. Here you can also offset this plate from the beam, but it don't need here. Again we need to shift this plate from other side. So in the drop down you just select the far side connection. Okay. Sometimes it's happen, but you just need to delete this connection and again define, then it will be changed. Okay. That's not shifting. So finally we are going to delete this connection. Select beam, then channel. Now again double click on the component, change to the near side. Now okay. So our beam and bracing connection is almost done. Now we will provide the connection for the column. So here we are using the in plate connection. Simply select the 1002 connection, select the column and pick the top point of the base plate. Change the work point from here to here in the bottom of the beam, and we need to move it from this point to here. Now it's okay. The size of the in plate is given here. It's a near about 12 mm thickness, 170 to 450 mm. Here we will put 0 and go to the part. Thickness will be 12 mm, width 170 and height will be 450 mm. You can also put the material and name of this plate here. Suppose we are selecting FA430. You can also put the name of this plate here. select the column and pick the bottom point of this beam. Now again we need to move this point from here to bottom of the beam. Whenever we provide such kind of a in-plate connection, then we should always provide a stiffener at the point of the flange. So here we are using the multi stiffener, and the size of thickness of this stiffener will be equal to 8 mm in both sides. Again select the beam and midpoint of this column flange. In the similar way, we will also provide the stiffener in the other end. Pick the midpoint, then again select the beam and pick the midpoint of this flange. For this horizontal bracing, we will use the 11 number connection. Select the beam, then select the horizontal bracing. Double click on the component and put the value near about 50 mm to pull back this member, so that we will have some space for the bolting. Go to the edit, then select line cut and cut the extra material from here. In the similar way, select beam, then member. Again go to the plane view, go to the edit, select the line cut, use sufficient space, select the line, then select the portion where you wanted to cut. From here to here near about 20.35 mm distance, but it's too far from the bolt. Again redraw. Now we will provide the connection for the column in the base point. So select the column, then pick the base point of this column. Again select the component. The thickness of this base plate is near about 16 mm. If we see in design drawing, then the overall size of this base plate is 350 by 350 mm. This one is our detail of base plate. 16 mm base plate thickness and stiffener is near about 10 mm. So we will put the value for the base plate 16 mm and for stiffener 10 mm. Now go to the bolt, select 20 mm bolt. Again we can cross check here. So M16 here we are using for the bolting of this base plate. You can also change the tolerance. You can take the 3 or 4 mm tolerance here. In the margin according to the design drawing, it's 50 mm in both sides, and pitch of the bolting is 250 mm. As you can see here, the footing of this column is shorter than the size of base plate. So later we will change this dimension of the footing. Here you can put the chamfer for the stiffener. Okay. Now go to the stiffener. Here we are using 0, and the number of stiffener which we will keep here, that will be 3, 6, 7, 8 in the middle of the all the flange and web of this column. You can also provide the anchor rod and cap plate also, but here we don't need to show all the anchor bolt. So we will stick with only bolting of the base plate. So this one is also need to change from here to 50 mm, and in X direction we will also change the footing from this point to 50 mm. Okay. In the similar way, we need to change the other footing. Now it's look better.